At Sleep Outfitters Outlet, great sleep is a big deal. Save 40 to 60% every day on every Sealy, Stearns & Foster, and Tempur-Pedic. Queens as low as $249. Customer exchanges, closeouts, and floor samples. Inventory changes daily, so come in for your dream deal today. With no credit needed financing, expert advice, and up to 60% off retail, it's never been easier to get the sleep and savings you deserve. Go to sleepoutfittersoutlet.com for financing details and to find a store near you.
Oi, welcome to the latest BB on Blast. Sorry I'm a bit late this week, but I think it's actually worked out quite well because I've just seen who the new HOH is, thanks to Dr. Detroit. And I actually watched the full episode this week because I was so behind. Sorry, my cat's making an unnecessary amount of noise. And also brought in a rat yesterday, but we won't mention that. Yeah, I watched the full episode. The full episode is way better than watching like the little highlights things that I normally watch. There's like sound effects on it. It sounds much more interesting than the usual. So I did enjoy that. So where we left off was Danielle going. She was sat by the pool moping, saying she was ready to go. Her final speech, she said it had been an emotional roller coaster. She'd wanted to play since she was 10 years old. It's harder to be up against Jason than Shane. Who? Jason was wearing a nice shirt. He had like little tassels on his shirt collar. It doesn't look like a kind of a gay thing. It looks like something like a redneck would wear, I think. Rubies. Probably not rubies. Probably frubies. So everyone basically voted to evict Danielle, including America. Stupid! When you got Jason on the block and you got Danielle on the block, you evict Jason. The fact that they've all let Jason get this far, and the fact that he's still there, and the fact that, spoiler, he just won the HOH, they're idiots. They deserve everything they get. How do you let a vet go all the way to the end when he's outplaying all of you? He knows what he's doing. The reason he won that final... Do you think Danielle would have won that final HOH? Probably not. Anyway, amateurs. It's amateur hour. Danielle looked nice as she left. She had a red lipstick on that looked good. Or scarlet, I've said. But her roots are not looking so good. I used to be bleached blonde, so I used to have roots. But now I've got brown hair. I don't have roots anymore. Just grey hair. So as Danielle left, she said, "I'm going to drag you all on social media." All right, mate. So the next HOH was... Julie announced that there was no more America's nominee or eviction vote. And America has no more input until they decide who wins. So the next HOH was a quiz. The answer was either males or females, sexist, and they had to like move along and stand on like a smaller and smaller post. So really I thought it was a good HOH competition for girls, because if you're a girl you're more likely to have small feet than a guy, right? That's not sexist, that's just anatomy. And then the final two left on the posts was not really, just kidding. It was Morgan and Chrissy. Well, that's surprising. And then Morgan was trying to make a deal with Chrissy. Chrissy's like, "No, you'll have to pry it out of my cold, dead hands." Oh, okay, I will do that. And Chrissy refused. Yeah, she refused the deal. Another stupid move by her. Has Chrissy ever done anything in that house that's been smart? She's made it to the final three, though, so what can you say? Jason was upset that he went out. He said he wondered where the Jason from BB17 was. He was great at comps. I don't remember that. I remember he won one HOH, which he had to share with little James, I think. And then he got evicted about 10 minutes later, so I don't know what he's talking about, to be honest. What are you talking about, Jason? Yeah, but for the Jamboree, when Chrissy is your final hope, you really are fucked. So it was basically 3 against 1, because it was Justin, Chrissy and Jason against Morgan, and Morgan won, because Shelby couldn't play. So that's quite pathetic when it's 3 against 1 and you still can't get the job done. Shameful. I did like watching the main show though, because you get more of the diary room explanation, and people always moan, "Oh, why are they over explaining the comps in the diary room?" But I need that over explanation. I need the sound effects. I can't cope. I don't know. I can't figure it out for myself. I need to be patronised. So then Chrissy started crawling to Morgan going, oh, you know, I couldn't give up. I wanted the letter from home, yeah, whatever. Morgan said, you should have just taken the deal. That reminded me of when Victor said you should have taken the car to old Pieface. Rip. That was on BBUK for those who don't know. Oh my God. How long has this sound effect for the ball smashers been going on that goes, ow, psh, glass breaking? I thought something had fallen over in my kitchen. That must have been going on for weeks on the main show, and I've never heard it before. It was only the second time I heard it, I was like, what the fuck is that? And then I realised it was like balls and then smashing. That is amazing. That is probably... I can't think of another alliance that would have such a good sound effect. If you can think of one, answer on a postcard, please. That was hilarious. I like that. So then there was another complicated voting scenario where it was like the person who's not on the block needs to win the veto, and then they could take them down, and then Shelby would have to go. This is pre-care package, but Jamboree, none of them can win fuck all. So, although, so then Jason said to Justin, "I'm fucked." Justin said, "I'm not too far behind you in the fuck boat." Fuck boat, that sounds fun. And then I noticed Jason started looking like sort of Danny from Greece. He's got this like 50s vibe going on. Jason's style is, on the whole, though, I'm giving it a chic. So Justin got the final care package. Thank you, America. Yeah, give the last eligible person. So it turned out that only Chrissy and Jason could go up, and then Shelby was looking like a very tasty backdoor option. Justin was still trying to collude with the ball smashers. Woo! That didn't last long. Was it jambalaya? Someone explained to me what that was, but I've forgotten. Thank you for explaining that to me, although I've forgotten. I do like it, though, when people point out things that I don't know on the podcast and tell me, because I'm an idiot. It was Laurie, that's who it was, who explained it to me. It's on the live feed. Oh, yeah, so I was wondering, you know, when Morgan told Chrissy about the sister twist, and Chrissy's like, she must think I'm an idiot if I believe that. I wondered if she told any of the other members of the Jamboree, but I think she was so sure that it was a lie that she never told any of them. And Trissy also said, you can always come back another time and play Big Brother. Tell that to Eric Stein. That's not true. Ball Smashers were taking the piss out of Monty. I don't remember that. That sounds good. Monty's Pythons. Danielle's interview, she said she spent a lot of personal time with Shane. I'll say, whoa. And Danielle hopes Shane doesn't think she's annoying. Well, no different from when he was in the house, I wouldn't have thought. Julie's whole thing during those interviews is just waiting to say about the sister twist. Who do you think the sisters are? Oh, Danielle was the first person who actually got it right. And then she said she wanted to see what Shane had been doing since he'd been home. I think it's mainly being a troll on Twitter. Then there was a weird thing where Morgan was like having a sexy bath and like blowing bubbles around. That's an interesting game move. And she had some headphones by the bath, and I was wondering if this was an electrocution risk. I suppose it depends what music she's listening to. Jason did a poem. The main gist of that was, they're dumb. They're dumb. And then, I've said the final numbers are confusing, that's for sure. And Justin found out he had to do a challenge to win the care package. That's not fair, because every time someone else has won a care package, they just get given it. Why does Justin have to do a challenge? We know he can't do challenges until... that's another thing I like about watching the weekly full episode. You get to see the opening credits. So good. I like Jason's one. What does he do? I like it anyway. So then... Justin... I've said dinosaur plant pots. They're chic. I like those. Oh, yeah, because you get to see more of the cutaways of the house like you do on BBUK on the main edited show when they've actually put a couple of hours' time into editing it. So Morgan and Shelby didn't want Justin to win because Shelby can go if Jamboree win veto. Shelby was looking very screw-faced, as usual. Justin had to walk the tightrope stroke slackline, but they had like a mini slackline in the garden. I don't know. And I had a montage of Justin like falling off the tripwire, so you knew that he was going to pass it, basically. I already knew because I saw it on Twitter. Although I've barely looked at Twitter, but I saw that for some reason. It's like angels on a tightrope, baby. I don't know what that means, but that's what Justin said in the diary room. Then they had an amusing "You've Been Framed" style shot of Morgan, like, basically banging the front of her brain after falling off the tripwire. That was fun. Justin was then in the, used to be the safari room, crying and praying. Good game move, trying to make himself look vulnerable to America. And then Morgan said to Justin, "Would you vote out Jason over Shelby?" And Justin's like, "No." Jambalaya. He is a jumbo liar. And then Justin sort of backtracked at the end and said he would take Morgan over Jason and Chrissy to the end. Bollocks. And then Morgan said, "Look, be straight with me. Is this the end of the Jambalaya gang?" I don't think the Jambalaya gang ever begun, let alone ended. So then Morgan said in the diary room, "Jason has lots of fans and followers. Makes no sense to take him to the end." Yes, it makes no sense to take Jason to the end. And the other thing now with Jamboree is they've got a split 3-way vote in the final, haven't they? Well, we don't know yet, do we? Because there's still 4. But if there is, and mind you, if it's the three of them, then it's fine. They got to get Morgan out. Otherwise, I think Morgan will win because Morgan is like the anti-Jambalaya vote. Shit. Jambalaya, Jamboree. Why are those things got the same name? Stupid. So then they had the safety ceremony. Why, oh, why do we have the safety ceremony at final fucking 5? Ridiculous. Stupid. Even Morgan said it was stupid. Jason said he was forlorn to be nominated. I liked his use of the word forlorn. And then there was the obligatory mention of sending Jason back to his mum's basement. Mean. What's this fucking Cortana thing on computers? It's shit. It's like Poundland Siri. Crap. Anyway, sorry, I digress. So the veto, it was the one where they had to crawl for a maze collecting ears of corn. Why ears of corn? Why maze? We don't know. It was sort of like a cut price, that one they did on BB Canada this year when Nikki Graham was dressed as a mouse going for a maze. That was a lot better. Justin looked a bit big going through that maze. I like the maze though. I think it's quite fun to watch because you can kind of see them fucking it out. And it's kind of, I don't know, it can't cost that much, but I quite enjoy it. It's one of the comps that works better for me, I think. Justin said, "Shucks, this comp is so corny." Shelby looked upset afterwards. That's how I knew she hadn't won. I said ears of corn about 10 billion times. Jason won in 1 minute and 30 seconds. That's quick, isn't it? Fucking hell, that's really quick. Shelby knew her time was up. Morgan was blubbing. She doesn't want to send Shelby home on her HOH. Well, let's face it, most people have gone home on their friend's HOH this year. Neely went home on Chrissy's HOH. Remember? Me either. So then, Jason said, "Guess who's not going home? Any of us." I think Jason's being a bit stupid now because you don't want to be at the end of all your homies because you've all got the same fan base. Dumb. They're dumb. Jason broke the veto necklace. Jinx. Ball smashers were crying. Morgan's nose was all red from crying. Jason said he had victory blood on his hands. Exchange from Chrissy's blood on her hands. Yeah, Morgan, classic underdog now. Underdog story. Her sister got evicted. She had to go to the end with the jamboree. She had that sexy bubble bath. She's got it all lined up to win. So Shelby spilled the tea, as the youngsters say, in her final eviction speech, where she told everyone that she went to law school, but I think everyone was too stupid to work out what she'd actually said because there was no reaction whatsoever to that. I liked it when Jason evicted her. He said, "With much respect, I finally vote to evict the logical Shelby." I thought that was quite nice. BB went off to tally the 2 votes. So then, I wasn't that sorry to see the back of Shelby, to be honest. Screw face. So the final HOH was, I watched the 10-minute version of it. It's stupid. You can't see what the fuck's going on. You can't see who's doing what. You don't know what the questions are. You can just hear Justin going fuck, fuck, fuck. And then Jason won it. It's like, oh, okay. It was that one where, remember that one where Frank was when that veto and had to balance that ball and he beat every single fucking person in the house. That was good. That was good times. Jason, come on, let's talk straight now between you and I. I've heard there's a lot of hate for Jason on Twitter. Jason deserves to win this game. He's a vet. He had a massive target on his back. Ding, 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 cliche alert. From day one, he has ran that house. Everyone has been on his side. No one has wanted to evict him. Justin, Christy, they would never have evicted him. He needs the money to get out of his mum's basement. He needs to buy fags. Come on. He's had Justin being homophobic to it. I heard this thing what Justin said on another podcast, on BB Gossip actually. And Justin said he don't like the flamboyant gays, right? And we know what that means. That's homophobic code, right? But what they were saying on BB Gossip, I did not agree with, although they are, much respect to BB Gossip, because they did create Big Brother Bile and now BB on Blast, indirectly. But they were basically saying that what Justin said, saying he doesn't like flamboyant gays, is just gay people, is just the same as someone saying, oh, I don't like jocks who drive sports cars. But it's not just saying, I don't like jocks who drive sports cars, because jocks who drive sports cars are not an oppressed minority group. And they also said, oh, Jason was laughing along with it, so he can't have been bothered. But you're telling me, all through history, oppressed people have not laughed along with people oppressing them. So I do think what Justin said was out of order. I still like Justin and love Justin, so whatever. But I think that analogy of comparing it to, oh, I don't like jocks or I don't like valley girls, whatever the fuck you have in America, it's not the same thing. So let's not pretend that it is from a position of privilege, because it isn't. So that was my feeling on that. And I think we've seen that quite a few times in the Big Brother house over the years. Just, look at BB15, for example. It's not... And Andy said... Because part of the BB15 thing was homophobia. And Andy said he never felt that in the house. But it doesn't matter what Andy thinks, because there were still homophobic things said that were not acceptable. And it's what they say on BBUK is it's if... the people in the house take offence, or if the viewers at home take offence. So I think you have to take that into account, and you have to appreciate people's feelings on that matter. So that's what I thought about that. So then, I think that's pretty much it. I was going to watch the final DRs. Maybe I'll watch that and then do the final bit. Little pig, let me in. Okay, I just watched Final DRs. Well, I didn't actually. I watched Jason's and I watched Justin's and I watched about 2 minutes of Chrissy's, and I didn't actually get to Morgan's because she's quite boring. So that was quite interesting, the Final DRs, because it was kind of like they were doing a pitch to win. It was like on BBUK when they do the final supper. It was a bit like that. So Jason was saying he wants to take Chrissy to the final as HOH, and apparently he's had a blow up with Justin today or yesterday, whenever the fuck this was shown. He said, depends what side of Justin America is seeing. The arrogant, cocky, no one can tell him nothing, and that he's an arsehole. I was like, what? Jason sounded so bitter about Justin. Then he said it's the Justin show, like the Perez show, but more cool and sassy. And then apparently Justin was cross on Thanksgiving because he was homesick, but Jason said it was because he was being a dick or something. And Jason said Justin makes a new alliance every week. Well, that is true. And Jason revealed they know about the sister twist. I didn't know that. That's exciting. And Jason was saying basically, if you voted for me to win, you don't know how much it would mean to me. And I do believe that. I do think winning means a lot to Jason. And I think we should give it to Jason. Actually, getting rid of Justin at this point wouldn't be a half bad idea. Because, I mean,
I can't see people voting for Chrissy over Jason. That would be a real like anti-Jason vote. And Morgan, Justin and Jason will split the vote a lot more than Jason and Chrissy would. So for Justin to go at this point, I think would be very good for Jason's game. Although I still like Justin, so well. So Justin then went into the DR. He was laying on the charm with a trowel. He said his spirits are down, and he started nearly crying. Great strategy. He said he feels alone. He feels stressed out, but he's going to power through it. Once I was ill off work, I think I had laryngitis, and my boss told me to come in and power through it. Yeah, fuck you. That's not my current boss. My current boss is very, very nice. And Justin pulled out another power move. He said if he wins, he's going to do fishing seminars for the kids in New Orleans. As long as they're not those flamboyant gays. No. Fishing seminars. What is a fishing seminar? That sounds very interesting. Chrissy, this is why I had to turn it off. Chrissy said, I've done a lot of behind-the-scenes puppeteering. Okay, I didn't even see anyone sitting behind a couch with a sock on their hand this year. And intellectual brilliance things. I'll just repeat that for you. I've done a lot of behind-the-scenes puppeteering and intellectual brilliance things. Hashtag intellectual brilliance things. Like what exactly? And then she said, I wouldn't be surprised if I won. Chrissy is classic Wolfie from BBOTT. She is going to get a rude awakening when she comes out of the house. A bit like her diners to her restaurant get when they go in there and get abused by her. I wonder what Morgan said in her final DR. Well, never mind. So I can't vote. I tried to give CBS my money, but they wouldn't take it. And my bank card got blocked, so fuck you all, as Cornbread said. So please, if you like BB on Blast, there must be one or two of you, can you give Jason a vote for me? I'd appreciate it, because I love Jason. I love his smoking. I love him calling everyone hookers. And he's just, I just know that I would be mates with Jason. So I think, and I went through McDonald's drive-thru today, and the guy who served me looked a little bit like Jason. He was a bit spotty and skinny, and he said, do you mind parking up in the car park because your hamburgers aren't ready yet? Follow me on Twitter, LightUpVM. Read my book, First Aid Kit Girl. I will do a final BBOTT pod. I don't know how the final's going to work. Do you? I don't really know how much works. Haven't watched any live feed for about a month. I feel like I never got started on this season, but I feel like there was a lot there that I never discovered, but I wish I had. And it's my fault I didn't, because I didn't really have time. But I feel like I wish we'd had Jason on for a real season. And maybe Jason, especially if he wins, he'll come back for another season. I really, really hope that does happen. So please, can you vote for Jason? Really appreciate it. Thanks so much for listening. And yeah, I know it's not easy, but you know, Coldplay have got a lot of songs available for you to listen to if you're feeling a bit down. I don't know what I'm talking about now. Okay, send me your feedback and love you. Bye.
At Sleep Outfitters Outlet, great sleep is a big deal. Save 40 to 60% every day on every Sealy, Stearns & Foster, and Tempur-Pedic. Queens as low as $249. Customer exchanges, closeouts, and floor samples. Inventory changes daily, so come in for your dream deal today. With no credit needed financing, expert advice, and up to 60% off retail, it's never been easier to get the sleep and savings you deserve. Go to sleepoutfittersoutlet.com for financing details and to find a store near you.